Hello, everybody, and welcome back to RevHang. I'm Nathan, and alongside me, as always, is my good friend and co-host, Ben Bagley. How you doing, Ben?
I'm doing okay.
Good.
Feels like we never left the studio.
Yes, we were just here several days ago.
Yeah, it's a little warmer in here today, but that's okay.
That's okay. Yeah, it's nice out. I'm in my short sleeves for the first time this year.
Is it really the first time this year?
No, but
okay.
first time people have seen me in public, probably. I love a good sweatshirt. But
the implications.
Sure. First time on the podcast, at least. So, it is warmer outside. It is warmer in here. We are looking forward to summer where you will see us dying of heat exhaustion.
We're going to be firing up that window air conditioning unit, which, fun fact, window air conditioning units are much more efficient than the mobile floor standing ones.
Oh, yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they do their
because
job much
the
better.
outside is a much better heat sink than a long tube connected to your window with a fan.
Very true, very true. Oh, man, I had a window unit when I was in Montana, and boy, it would get my room so cold.
Yeah.
So good.
Crucial. Living in Klamath Falls was the same way. I started out with a mobile floor unit, and I just did not do it
works for a while, and then it's just not.
Yeah.
It's better than nothing.
I know. We took that poor thing with us to Nevada in 2021 during the heat wave they had there.
It
was like 130 on the tarmac.
Yep.
We had that thing, the hose was connected in our race trailer to like the little skylight. We had it duct tape up, and we tried to like keep it as cool as possible because it was so hot outside. And the wind was warmer than the ambient air temperature, so it'd blow and you'd get hotter. So you tried to stay out of the wind.
That's the worst.
But that thing, we had it cranked as low as it would go, and I think it got as low as 87 or 92, I think.
That's honestly not bad.
Readout.
Not bad for a floor unit. But
absolutely
it could have
brutal.
been better.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
Wow. Well, this is not an HVAC podcast. As much
Those
as
guys get paid way too much for me to want to talk about that for too long.
Okay, Ben, spicy take.
I'm not saying they get paid too much, like in general. I'm just saying I don't get paid enough to talk like an HVAC tech.
That's fair. Yeah.
They're a lot smarter than I am.
Also don't get paid enough to talk
they
like
use
an HVAC
actual
tech.
math on a day-to-day basis.
Yeah.
Imagine.
Yeah. I did fix my floor unit air conditioner that was broken last summer by ripping a sensor out that was throwing a code. So
sick.
I feel like I'm qualified.
It really is the car guy Mazda way of fixing things. This O2 sensor is erroring. I will remove it.
It worked. I just have to make sure I keep up on the water level now. But anyway, this is a car automotive racing-ish podcast now. So let's talk about car automotive racing-ish things.
It seems that you have quite a few recalls.
It's only been a couple days, so yeah. I had to start slamming manufacturers. Because there's not much other news that has happened in the last 4 days in the automotive world over the weekend, not during the business week.
Yeah.
So, Ford is recalling cars faster than they can make them. The Explorer has rear suspension issues. The trucks and SUVs with trailer hitches have trailer module defects. And 2020 to 2022 SUVs have been having windshield wiper motor failures. So Ford is recalling hundreds and hundreds of thousands of cars to get those problems fixed. In addition to that, Toyota is recalling 141,000 plus Prius models due to a rear door switch water intrusion problem causing the rear door to open on its own while driving, which is not ideal.
Water is hard to keep out.
It is, yeah. Yeah, also Mazda owner things that I know very well.
Why is it raining in that car?
Yeah. So that's really all the automotive news we got. I just kind of had to pull from the bottom of the barrel because not much has happened in the last 3 or 4 days.
Yeah, they announced Rivian R2 pricing.
Did they?
Yeah.
Tell me about that, Ben.
It's, I know, I have to remember on the top of my head because I didn't have this prepared. It's
a lot.
Mid to high 60s for the starter one, and then the cheapest one will be 45, but that's rear-wheel drive with the smallest battery pack, which is still bigger than most other automaker two-row SUVs.
Yeah.
Biggest battery packs. But
what's the range on it, you know?
I'm not sure on the smaller one, but the larger one I think is supposed to be around that 400 mark.
Gotcha.
So, pretty neat.
So around town, the smaller one's still probably just fine.
Yes, but then, well, I guess as an R2 is not as egregious as buying an R1 to run errands with.
Yeah.
Yes, I need this 3-row 10,000-pound SUV so I can go to
Costco.
the groceries. Yeah, Costco.
Not a sponsor, but you could be.
I couldn't have done it with any other vehicle.
Yep. It's always Costco.
It really is.
I see Rivians in Costco every time I go. Multiple Rivians now.
Can you imagine
all the
how
time.
much Costco could make if they came out with Kirkland brand EV chargers
There you go.
in their Kirkland brand parking lots?
Yes. I don't know how you can get a Rivian around in those parking lots. They're all so small. Costco parking lots are just the worst.
Yeah, I always park as far away as possible. I'm like, I can walk.
Yeah,
I
me
can
too.
afford to not be stressed out by waiting for a parking lot or watching other people waiting for parking spots.
Yes, at our local Costco, you always go in and turn left to avoid the chaos.
Yeah.
Yeah. You just have to hope you don't need gas, because then you're going to be waiting in a long line. But
Yeah. Ooh, they built a new one in Bend, by the way. Sorry, off topic, but
At
it has
Costco?
diesel.
Oh,
They sell diesel at the one in Bend.
at the
that they just
Costco in
built.
Bend?
Yeah,
That's wild.
crazy. It's also the biggest Bend in the nation.
The biggest what?
The biggest.
The biggest bend in the nation?
It's the biggest Costco in the nation.
Ah, is it really?
Mm-hmm. My buddy Tate said they're typically out of non-alcoholic beer, non-fat Greek yogurt, and I think there's one other like extremely bent thing. up there.
Granola?
No, that's too easy. I'll let you know if I remember
Cliff
what it is,
bars?
but
Yes.
I thought the non-alcoholic beer thing was funny.
Yeah. I mean, that's very bend. Anyway, let's move on to IndyCar. So, moving into IndyCar, we were in Arlington this week, the streets of Arlington, as we specified.
Yes.
Marcus Ericsson was on pole position in qualifying ahead of Palou and Ward.
That was very exciting. It was great watching that last six
Yeah.
race. I actually, okay, how do you feel about, I don't know if this is a topic later on, I didn't look ahead. How do you feel about the new qualifying format where the final six go on individually?
It makes sense. I think it's a little less chaotic and a little less exciting, but honestly, like, in terms of who's the fastest one, it kind of makes the most sense to me.
Yeah.
And especially, like, I mean, they've been doing it on ovals forever, but you
Yeah.
kind of have to do it on ovals. But yeah, I mean, that's fine. I think IndyCar tracks are generally short enough to where it's not an issue.
Yeah.
I think if it was like, F1 and they're racing at Spa and laps take a
That'll be
minute and
forever.
50 seconds, it'd be a bit much, but I think it works. And also, I just love, I wish F1 and other series would do this, where the timing line is right before the pit entrance, so that you can like go out, do your warm-up lap, do your lap, and then once you're done with your lap, you don't have to do a cool-down lap. You just go right into the pits.
Yeah. That is
I've
nice.
always-
That helps with traffic a lot.
I
I also really like the face cam of the provisional pole sitter as he has to watch all the other drivers.
Yeah. You just see him just
The face cam
staring
of
at the screen.
Marcus Ericsson getting to see if he gets a pole
Yeah.
for the first time in years. Watching his reaction as Palou goes around the track.
Yeah.
That was funny.
Yeah. So, Kirkwood moving into the race. It was the usual suspects of street courses. Did very well in this race. Pretty much everybody who you would expect. Kirkwood cut through the field as per usual. Dixon and McLaughlin had great comeback drives after poor qualifyings. Overall, Kirkwood was kind of just unbeatable. He passed Palou with a great move, by the way. Fantastic move.
Yeah.
Down the inside, rolling off the brakes. And then just kind of controlled everything from there.
Yeah.
Will Power also had a really good race. He came in third. And was pretty fast.
Despite the best efforts of his pit crew.
Right. All the can we talk about the Andretti pit crew?
Yeah,
they missed Colton Herta. It's very clear.
I know. They got to make up for it. They were like
every single car.
Every single pit stop for every single car was bad.
It
There
was
was not a
just
single
so bad.
good pit stop in the Andretti team, and it was insane. Even the announcers were
They're like, how is this happening? Hinchcliffe just losing his mind.
Yeah, no, it was crazy. I'm surprised that nobody caught fire.
Yeah. Shooting wheel nuts at
Shooting-
Mach 3 towards the crew's legs.
Yeah,
My goodness.
I really love the double-sided pit wall
Yeah.
or pit lane because it's very cool to get that overhead view. It's kind of off topic, but the overhead view of when like Ericsson and Palou or Kirkwood and Palou,
No, it was Ericsson
and Palou came
Yeah,
in
they're
for their
like-
pits, and you
Oh,
could
I
see
was
them
actually
side by
both
side.
of them. Yeah, both pairs did it. But yeah, they're side by side.
And you could kind of see where Palou went in and then out, and then you saw Ericsson go in and he stayed there for a little bit, and then eventually he went out. And that was one of their better pit stops where like nobody got injured or anything.
No one got hurt. Yeah.
Yeah, it was crazy. Scott Dixon shot a tire at somebody.
Yep. That's crazy.
Good times.
Good times in the IndyCar pit wall. That it was the race. Top 5 were Kirkwood, Palou, Power, Ericsson, and O'Ward, all known for their prowess in street circuits. Lundgaard finished 7th, which was higher than I thought he did because he was kind of nowhere the whole race.
Yeah.
Moving into these standings, Kyle Kirkwood has taken the lead of the championship at 126 points, followed by Palou at 100, and Newgarden and O'Ward at 93.
Wow.
Yep. So, Kyle Kirkwood, most consistent with a 4th place, a 2nd place, and a 1st place.
I would not have seen that coming.
Yeah.
Again, his pit wall will try to stop this.
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Think about how much further ahead he would have been if he had good stops, too.
There is someone
Ericsson might have won, actually.
Yeah.
Now that I think about it.
Yeah. There is someone with the last name Herta on his crew, so, like, you know.
That doesn't explain the curse for the other curse. 2 cars.
I know, but
Will Power's not even from this team, and he's still having the issue.
Will Power brought the curse with him. He brought the Penske curse.
The
but
Penske curse.
Penske good at pit stops, though, is the thing. So
yeah, it's the Andretti curse. That's how you know it's true. Is a Penske driver comes over and they have decent pit stops, and then he has pit stops now.
Yeah,
that's how you know.
That's the problem. So moving into our talking points for IndyCar, Mick Schumacher has been struggling the last few races. I don't know how much of a talking point this is, but it's a little sad.
Yeah, I mean, he didn't really have a choice the first race. He kind of got crashed into.
Yeah.
And he's had some good qualifying results, but he just needs to have a chance to put it together in the race. Do I see the next Colton Herta? Excellent qualifying, and then has flashes of brilliance during a race, but just crashes out eventually. Has bad luck.
It could be. Maybe Alabama will go better. It's the first road course of the season, which is kind of more his speed, his comfort zone.
Theoretically.
I mean, theoretically, St. Pete and Arlington were not super easy tracks to get acquainted with in a car that you haven't driven before.
An F1 street course is very different from an IndyCar street course.
Yes. I mean, other than Monaco, but even Monaco is kind of its own beast. It's more like Singapore.
I was gonna say Singapore or even Miami.
Yeah, Miami's probably close. I mean, even Vegas isn't. It's got such long straights and
that's true. Yeah.
So wide. I'd say probably Miami is the closest thing to an IndyCar course that F1 has.
I don't think he ever got to race at Miami, did he?
No, I don't think so.
No, so it doesn't even matter.
No.
Oh well.
Speaking of which, we got Madrid this year. I'm interested to see how that goes.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Weird.
Kyle Kirkwood is leading the championship, as we said. Good stuff for the Andretti boys. Speaking of Andretti boys, is Ericsson still back?
No.
No, probably not. No.
There's still ovals on the calendar, therefore. Well, he did okay at the lot. He won an Indy 500. I forgot about that.
The one time the Indy 500 champion and second place once. Yeah. Yes. He's finished top 3 in the last 2 Indy 500s. Yeah, I'm sure he's not good at ovals, but
I don't know why I said that. Editor, remove that. Replace with something smart.
Okay. To your credit, the Indy 500 is about the only oval he's actually been good at in recent history. So
he did pretty well in Phoenix, didn't he?
I think he did okay. Where did he finish? We have the technology. He finished 17th.
So oh, okay. He did not do okay.
No.
Okay, maybe that's what I was thinking about it. Editor, don't worry about it.
Editor's not worrying about it. Editor wasn't going to worry about it regardless.
Darn it.
All right, and the Andretti pit crew we talked about. So that will do it for IndyCar. Let's talk about something else.
I was thinking about this while we were talking about electric cars and Rivians and all that. And I was thinking about suspension, Nathan. I've been thinking about suspension a lot recently.
Okay.
As you know, my Corvette has suspension.
Most cars do.
Yeah. Most cars allegedly do.
My French G36 does not.
Does not? Yeah. Well, that's probably his choice.
It is.
And I was thinking, cars are getting so heavy, and we've been seeing a lot of, air suspension and adaptive dampers. And I keep wondering like what the limit is and how much like the average driver has the capability to notice how heavy a car is through their suspension. Because, like I said, physics is a cruel mistress. Like, sure, you can have all the fancy damper tech and air suspension in the world to disguise the fact that you've built a sedan that weighs 6,000 pounds. But eventually, like, you will feel it. And it makes me curious about, like, what the cutoff between suspension technology and the weight of a vehicle will be to where the average driver will say, oh wow, this car feels really heavy, like detrimentally so.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I think it just depends a lot on how much the body rolls. That's probably the first thing for the average driver that they'll notice.
Right, yeah.
Is body roll. And then, if you get someone who drives spiritedly, I mean, understeer is kind of an issue.
yeah, like handling dynamics. But I feel like a lot of, like, the average driver will mainly notice, like you said, body roll, and then, like, small impacts, like small repetitive impacts.
Yeah.
But there's not many, you seldom, I would say, over the lifetime of a car go over, like, really big impacts really fast. And when you do, you're like, oh, that was just a big impact. That's why it felt that way.
Yeah.
So it's really like the small impacts, the secondary motions, the body roll. So, yeah, I was kind of wondering.
I think most drivers feel the weight of the car more on the brakes than the suspension.
Yeah. For
the everyday driver. At least first. I don't know. You probably feel it in both. I don't drive heavy cars. I drive as light of cars as I can with as stiff a suspension as I can. So,
Yeah, and I drive, I mean, the truck is a truck, but that weighs about 6,000 pounds. It rides on air suspension. It rides great.
Yeah.
I can tell the weight because it's something that I pay attention to.
Right.
And it's not made to disguise the weight because air suspension on a truck. And the Clarity actually weighs like 4,300 pounds.
That's a heavy Civic.
It's a chunky boy, yeah.
Wow.
Because it's got that big old 17 kilowatt hour battery pack. Yeah. But I can definitely, like, I can tell, like, it rides fine, but I can tell how much it weighs.
Yeah, like, this feels like a Cadillac, yeah.
But it's not something I feel like a normal person would really be looking for.
No.
Or would notice.
Probably not.
And electric cars and hybrids have regen braking, so it kind of disguises the braking too.
Yeah.
And the amount of effort you need to put into braking, but
especially in modern systems, yeah.
Yeah. But I wonder what the cutoff. What do you think the cutoff weight is? Like with where suspension technology is now.
In terms of like what's the weight cutoff before people start to notice?
Yeah, like obviously in like an SUV or a truck, people are a little more forgiving, but for like sedans and passenger cars.
For a sedan, I mean, I feel like once you get above like 4,000 pounds, if you're driving fast, you'll notice, even if you're not like trying to. Not even fast, just like you're trying to beat a red light kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
But in terms of like, you get in and you start driving and you're like, this is a heavy car. It's probably 4,500 to 5,000 if I were to say. But I mean, how many 5,000 pound sedans are there out there that aren't like giant Cadillacs or C-Class Mercedes? Huge.
A C-Class Mercedes? You mean the mid-sized one that's 3 Series sized?
Sure.
Let's see. Oh god, I hate that even using the AI overview. But
stick is 7,000 pounds.
Yep, EV, Mercedes EQS 6800, BMW i70 xDrive 6200.
BMWs are heavy, yeah.
Bentley Flying Spur Speed, which is a plug-in hybrid, 5,800 pounds.
The
BMW M5
hybrid.
Yeah, 5,400 pounds.
That's heavy, man.
I took my truck
crazy.
I took my truck over a weight scale with about half a tank of fuel in it, bed empty, and my truck weighs about 5,600 pounds, and that's a diesel 1,500 crew cab long bed with 4-wheel drive.
So there's a BMW plug-in hybrid that weighs as much as your truck. That's insane. Is that dry or wet? Or does it say?
It doesn't say. I think that's wet.
Probably.
But yeah, isn't that crazy? Like,
it's nuts.
There's physics payback for that.
Yeah. Oh,
because you have to strengthen your suspension components, which means more unsprung weight.
It's got to be 4-wheel drive then, right? Otherwise,
It is, yeah.
Okay, I was gonna say the understeer, and that would be insane.
Everything is 4-wheel drive nowadays.
Yeah.
You can't get away from it. Which is another thing. Like, the heavier the car is, you kind of have to go all-wheel drive to be able to handle
I guess it'd be all-wheel
the mass. Yeah. So you can have those differentials front and back and be able to manage your weight. Yeah, it's kind of crazy. I'm really hoping. I feel like I read an article in Motor Trend or something a long time ago, pointing out the fact that cars are getting heavier and there's only so much more efficiency you can get out of them.
Yeah.
Before you have to start actually thinking about how to make a car lighter and investing significant time into that. Because, like, I think the example they used was the NC versus ND Miata. Like, when the ND Miata first came out, it was 155 pounds lighter than the NC Miata, which is crazy.
It was, like, a big difference.
Yeah, and it got way better fuel economy.
Yeah.
It was the same speed in the straight line, even though it was down, like, 20 horsepower.
Yeah.
Like, there's not really any downside, really, to making a lighter car to a limit. But, yeah. Physics sucks.
What was Lotus's motto? Simplify, then add lightness. Yes.
Yeah. Remind me what Lotus's current car they're making is right now.
Is it the Amira or the Avija?
The Avija. Yeah. Can you look up the curb weight on the Avija really quick?
A lot, probably. It's mostly electric. Yeah, 4,100 pounds.
Yes.
Yeah, they really added lightness.
Yes, they did. Thank you, Lotus. Very cool.
Good job. Yeah, but then, like, let's go back. What is the Lotus Elise curb weight? I bet you it's 1,900 pounds. 1,500 pounds.
1,500 pounds.
My goodness.
For comparison, you could fit. How many could you fit inside an M5?
How many Lotus Elises?
You could fit, what, 3.5?
Probably.
3.5 Lotus Elises in an M5. Granted,
yeah,
you get 5 seats, and it is faster in a straight line.
And it has air conditioning.
Has air conditioning, yes, that is very
speakers.
Nice. Probably gets about the same gas mileage.
Yeah.
But, yeah.
I bet the M5 gets better gas mileage with that.
Probably does, yeah.
Electric motor, yeah.
But maybe not the best, well, it's still a pretty good example. I don't know. Yeah. It makes me think. I'm excited for the tip over point where we start having to make lighter cars.
I'm the psycho that would buy a Lotus Elise over an M5, so
that's fair.
That's me.
You already have a daily driver car though. Would you daily drive a Lotus Elise is the question.
I daily drove a breaking, dying Mazda Speed 3 with no air conditioning for 3 years, so yes, I probably would daily a Lotus Elise.
Yeah.
Nah, I don't know, but I'm looking forward to getting my new car.
Yes,
very much. It's gonna be nice having a fun car again.
Yeah.
That's actually a solid daily as well. Something that won't break all the time.
Yeah, that'll be great.
Yes.
I'm excited to get my light. Did you know that Corvette weighs 3,200 pounds?
I did not.
It's kind of a chunky boy.
It's a little big, yeah. Especially with an engine that small. It's not a big engine. It's an early 80s. Well, I guess it's better than the 70s ones.
It's a 5.7 liter V8.
I mean, yeah, but like, they're a lot bigger now.
I mean, it's small compared to the 454.
Yes.
And actually, it's still a 5.7 liter in the base Corvette. And it's a 5.5 liter in the Z06 and Z01 and Z01X.
Okay. I guess I'm wrong.
But
I thought they made like way smaller engines during the 70s because of emissions.
They did make a 305 V8 for a little bit for the C3
That might be
Corvette.
what I'm thinking of. Yeah.
That was emissions compliant.
That's probably the one I'm thinking of.
Yeah, but then they dropped that after a few years for a greatly detuned 350.
Yeah.
And then it's been a 350 for a while, and then in the C6 Z06 they had the 7-liter V8,
That's
which is
big boy.
super sick.
Large boy. Yeah.
And then I think it's still mainly a 5.7. Obviously, way different architecture.
There's a C6 parked in front of my apartment now. I think some new people moved in. It has a radar detector on the windshield.
Very low key.
And it's got like a certified street racer like sticker on the windshield as well.
Very cool.
So I'm sure he's never gotten a ticket in that thing.
I am very cool and fast.
Yeah. It looks cool. It's maroon. It's a nice color.
That's a good color. Yeah.
But yeah, I find it funny. So that is our physics discussion for the day. Let's move on to Formula One. Formula One was in China this week, and it was the first sprint race of the season. So moving into sprint qualifying, Mercedes did Mercedes things and qualified first and second. McLaren also had a good showing in P3 and P5, and they were able to start the race.
Crazy.
Foreshadowing.
Can't be said for someone. Yeah.
Moving into the sprint race, Antonelli fought back to P5 after he had a pretty bad start, and Verstappen fought back to P9 after a horrible start and just Red Bull things.
But not
guy.
for long.
Not for long. Then George Russell fended off the Ferraris to win the sprint race. That was actually probably the best sprint race we've had in a long time. It was very entertaining.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hamilton and Russell went back and forth most of the time, and then Leclerc kind of got involved. So, good stuff. Top 5 in the sprint were Russell, Leclerc, Hamilton, Norris, and Antonelli. Moving into the race, qualifying, Mercedes dominated despite Russell having engine problems in Q3. He still came back to put it second. Antonelli was on pole position, youngest pole sitter in Formula One history.
Kind of crazy.
Yeah.
It reminds me how long it took Verstappen to actually be on pole, even though he won pretty early on in his career.
Yeah.
He wasn't actually on pole or necessarily qualifying super well for a while.
Yeah. Moving into the race, Mercedes and Ferrari battled at the start. Antonelli made his way to the lead quickly. Well, I guess he lost the lead in the beginning briefly and then made his way back to the lead, I should say. Yeah. Russell fought to P2 about 2/3 of the way through the race. After sitting in 4th for quite a while, he seemed to have some issues at the beginning, but then found his way. There were lots of midfield battles, kind of chaos in the midfield, which has been the story of the season so far. Pretty entertaining, I'd say. And there were lots of mechanical DNFs and DNSs. So getting into that first, top 5 were Antonelli, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, and Behrman, P5. What a man.
Yeah.
We had, what is that, 7? 7 people did not finish the race.
5 of them didn't even start. 4 of them didn't even start.
Yep, so Max Verstappen, Fernando Alonso, and Lance Stroll did not finish the race, all with mechanical problems. And Oscar Piastri, Lando Norris, Gabriel Bortoleto, and Alex Albon did not start the race due to mechanical problems.
Excellent.
Great regulations we got here, but this was honestly to be expected. So
yeah, it was even crazier because some of them expected to start from the pit, and then
they just didn't.
Nobody who expected to start from the pit actually started from the pit at all.
Yeah,
it was wild.
Both McLarens, they were in the car. It looked like they were getting ready to go out, and then the race started. And then I was like waiting to see them come around in the back, like behind everybody. And then it just cuts, and you see like Lando getting out of the car, and you're like, oh,
where have my McLarens gone?
Oh, there they are. So Antonelli has broken through. He has won his first race. Second youngest driver to win a Formula One race, nestled between Verstappen and Vettel. The first non-Red Bull driver to enter that fold. 19 years of age. Not too bad. Mercedes is absolutely dominant right now. I don't know. We're back to the classic Mercedes dominance, may bore fans. Back to what it was originally.
Yeah, especially with the gaps we're seeing.
Yeah. No, they're way far. I don't think we're even seeing 100% of what they can do yet.
Oh, for sure not.
So Mercedes is so far out in front. Their engine is ridiculous. I hope the new regulations come in at the mid-season, so other teams.
I don't think that'll matter.
You don't think so? I mean, by then, yeah, they'll be so far ahead in development that.
Yeah, they'll be the same amount of developed as every other team, but they have a 10-second start.
Yeah.
On everybody else,
yeah,
essentially.
Exactly. Mercedes looks to have a pretty good shot for the championship right now. I don't see any other team really challenging for that.
You think it'll be Russell or Antonelli, though?
It'll be Russell.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just based on experience. I think you give Antonelli a couple of years, though, he'll be really good. Alpine is, for some reason, solid this year.
Hey, they finally got a good engine. That's all it took.
I guess so. They have a good engine. They've got I think their drivers are kind of mid in terms of the pairing. Colapinto has not been super impressive the last couple of years. He did okay this race, actually.
Yeah.
He didn't finish great, but he had a good race, I think.
Has Gasly fallen off?
he's not what he used to be. I mean, remember when Gasly was like getting podiums in the AlphaTauri?
I do remember that actually. That was good times.
Yeah, he won the race in Italy.
Back in
when
the Renault was a team and
yeah,
Drive to Survive was actually still like watchable.
Somewhat good, yeah.
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe I'm not giving Gasly enough credit, but
we haven't seen a whole lot from him in the past.
He's been super anonymous the last couple of years, since he's gone to Alpine, really.
I was gonna say the past half decade.
So, yeah, but they've been solid. They've scored points both races, I think. And Gasly finished P6 this race. Really solid performance, and he's always used like it's not like he's just kind of there and got lucky. He was, they were quick. So good stuff from Alpine. Ollie Behrman is continuing to just
kind of
be Behrman, which the guy is really good.
Yeah.
Like he was middle of the pack in F2, and everyone was like, "Are we serious? We're bringing this kid to F1?" And then he's just like, "Yep, I'm ready to be in a Ferrari." So,
who will he replace is the question.
That's a good question. I think this year is very pivotal. Depends on how Ferrari handles things. I don't think I think Ferrari will have the same lineup next year.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If one of the Ferrari drivers does leave, do you think it'll be their choice, or do you think it'll be Ferrari kicking them out for Behrman based on pace?
Too early to tell.
Darn.
I mean, Hamilton seems to be doing well this year in terms of like his mindset's better.
Mm-hmm.
He's consistently challenging Leclerc, if not ahead of him. They seem very equal on pace this year.
Yeah.
Which cannot be said last year. Hamilton was off doing who knows what last year. So it's good to see him kind of come back and be himself a little bit. This is his first podium with Ferrari.
That's crazy.
Yeah, if that tells you how bad things were last year. Still has yet to win a race with Ferrari. Ferrari did not win a race last year, which is kind of nuts. But yeah, we'll see how that goes. After the second race with the new regulations, we're seeing lots of overtakes, Ben.
Yes, we are.
How do you feel about it?
If you don't think about it too much, it is pretty entertaining.
Yes.
I will say. It still doesn't feel nearly as organic as I pretty much watched back to back. I watched the F1 race and then I watched the IndyCar race.
Mm-hmm.
And it definitely doesn't feel as organic. Like,
yeah,
it doesn't. I don't know how to describe it, but
No,
I mean,
that's
it's
a good
still
way to say
entertaining
it.
to watch
Yeah,
for sure. And I think it's definitely more entertaining than the racing was last year
yeah.
by a long shot. There were very few races last year that I remember.
Yeah, I do think it is more entertaining, to F1's credit. I think they gave fans what we've asked for, and I think it's hard to complain when they gave us what we wanted, and the only way they could do that, while also pleasing on all the manufacturers, was by doing this. So I don't know. I can't really complain because I think it is more entertaining. It seems a little forced though. However, I do think the midfield, when you've got cars that are fighting and it's not just one or two cars going back and forth, when you've got 3 or 4 cars in the mix, then I think skill has a lot more to do with it in that case again. So, because you might just breeze past one car and then yo-yo back and forth, but like when you got 4 cars fighting for one spot, that's not nearly as simple.
And it's not just a DRS train.
Yeah, exactly. So I do think that in the midfield, it is actually better. I think it's at the front where things feel a little wonky.
Yeah, I think that's kind of how it's. I mean, just the nature of F1 at this point.
Yeah.
Kind of realize it's just how it's going to be as an engineering championship.
Yeah, for sure. But it does feel like even the midfield's always been where most of the racing and passing happens, but I feel like it is more exaggerated this year. So that's good. We'll see when we get to these places like Monza if DRS trains become a thing again. I doubt it.
Overtake trains?
The overtake.
You mean X mode trains?
The boost mode trains.
Mode trains. Yeah.
Yeah. We'll see. Reliability will absolutely be a factor this year in the championship. Maybe not for first because Mercedes it doesn't matter. But seems like most of the cars have not been unaffected by reliability so far this year, except for some notables like Haas and Alpine.
Yeah, it's interesting that it seems to be striking not just one particular engine.
Yeah.
It's just kind of here and there.
Yeah, and everybody's having issues regardless of what session it is, or I don't know. I mean, Ferrari's had issues. Mercedes engines, I feel like, are having. Well, no, it's really mixed between everybody. And then, Red Bull's they're probably the worst.
Yeah.
Their engines are not doing great.
Well, they have such a small sample size too.
That's true.
For that,
it's only been 2 races, but Red Bull has yet to finish a race with both drivers.
Yeah.
Cadillac managed to do that before Red Bull. Just saying.
It's that Ferrari engine, that Ferrari reliability.
Love that Italian reliability. So yeah, Verstappen has been riding the struggle bus the last couple races. He has yet to have a good race start. I don't know what's going on. I think he's either having trouble charging his battery on the formation lap, or he just can't figure out the launch process. But
I mean, Verstappen's always not had very good launches, I feel.
Right? I think
Am I thinking of someone else?
Maybe it's just been a couple years, but
maybe.
He was always kind of on it in 2021, but that was just like the most insane year. So, I don't know. It's never been this bad though. Not usually to the point where he's dropping 10 positions before turn 1.
That's true. Yeah.
And then our last piece of news: Bahrain and Saudi Arabia have been postponed, not officially canceled yet, but I don't know where they're going to be able to fit it in. So
yeah.
Most likely Bahrain and Saudi Arabia will not happen this year for obvious reasons. And we will see how that all shakes out.
More time to watch IndyCar, I guess.
That's right.
Not think about anything else.
That's right. America. Moving into our weekly predictions. Last week we were in Arlington and China in a Formula One. So Arlington in IndyCar, pole position, went to Marcus Ericsson. What'd you say, Ben?
I had Kirkwood for this one.
And I had Lundgaard. Podium. Went to Kirkwood, Palou, and Power. What did you say?
I had Kirkland, McLaughlin, and Power. So I was
and Palou.
Kirkland, McLaughlin, and Palou.
Yeah,
that's what I said.
That's what you said.
It's really hard. There's a lot of P last names.
Yes. So you actually did pretty well.
Yeah.
I had McLaughlin, Ward, and Palou. So I got the free bingo space there.
Yeah.
But, yeah. Winning number of pit stops was 3. What did you say, Ben?
That's what I had.
You did.
Lucky number.
I said 2, so you got me there. Moving into the Chinese Grand Prix, top 5 were Antonelli, Russell, Hamilton, Leclerc, and Behrman. What did you say, Ben?
I had Leclerc, Russell, Hamilton, Antonelli, and Hadjar with Lindblad is my surprise driver. Where was Lindblad?
Not great.
Nowhere. Okay.
Yeah.
Not surprised. Okay.
No.
Well, we'll try again next time.
Yeah, he kind of spun on his own, and
I forgot about that.
Wasn't great. I had Antonelli, Russell, Verstappen, Leclerc, and Norris, also with Lindblad as my surprise driver. So I got first, second, and fourth correct.
That's pretty good.
Yeah. And my third and fifth did not finish the race, and my third did not start the race. So
yeah.
Fastest lap went to Kimi Antonelli. What did you say, Ben?
I at least had a Mercedes, but I had Russell for this one.
Yeah, I had Leclerc. Driver of the day also went to Antonelli, deservedly so. What did you say?
I had Leclerc for this one.
And I had Hadjar. So, yeah, moving into next week's predictions, which is actually 2 weeks from now. IndyCar will be in Alabama at Barber Motorsports Park.
That's
Fun
the one
track.
with the Dulls, I think.
The what?
The Dulls.
The Dulls.
Yes.
Yeah. Yep, that's the one.
That's how I remember it, is the doll falling from the skyway.
From the bridge,
yeah.
Yes. Indeed. I forgot what her name was. Was it Dorothy? That sounds right. I don't know. Pole position, Ben. What did you say?
I had Power for this one.
I've got Pato Award. Podium. What do you got?
I'm going to go with an Andretti boy, Kirkwood, and then Polo and Lundgaard this time, just to mix it up a little bit.
Okay. I've got Award, Rasmussen, and Polo.
Rasmussen?
Yes.
On a road course?
My boy.
In this economy?
Yeah, I know.
That's crazy.
Bold of me to assume. Winning number of pit stops, what do you got?
I'm going low this time. I'm going 2.
Okay, I'm going 3. I took stole your thunder there, and
that's okay.
And then you stole mine. So.
May it serve you well.
Yeah, thanks. Formula 1 will be in Japan in 2 weeks. Suzuka.
I wish I was in Japan in 2 weeks.
Yeah, me too. Top 5, Ben, what do you got?
I'm going Leclerc, Russell, Antonelli, Hamilton, and Behrman. And then I put Lindblad as my surprise driver again. Okay, we're going with it.
We're going with it.
It'll go great.
I've got Russell, Antonelli, Leclerc, Verstappen, and Hamilton with Pierre Gasly as my surprise driver. Yeah. Fastest lap, what do you got, Ben?
I'm going to say Russell.
I've got Antonelli, driver of the day.
I think Behrman might have it if he keeps it up.
Yeah. I have Verstappen.
If he finishes the race?
If he finishes the race, yeah.
Definitely a chance.
If he drops less than 3 positions at the start. Yeah. All right, Ben. Do you have any updates, words of wisdom, Craigslist, anything for us this week?
It's a very small update on the project car, but I have completed revision 4 of my Corvette, 1981 Corvette turn signal dimmer switch, which, if you didn't already know, it's essentially what your turn signal lever slots into, and then that bolts into another piece that I'm also designing, and that attaches to your steering column and lets you use turn signals and move your dimmer switch back and forth. And mine, when I pulled it out, the cast metal part was just completely broken in half, and I don't know where the other half went. So I've been designing a completely new one that I can 3D print to replace it, because I don't want to spend the $250 to get an OEM replacement from some guy on eBay, which is the only source to get them, apparently.
That's fair.
So I have been painstakingly trying to design it, and I'm on Rev 4. I'm on Rev 3 for the pivot part.
Okay.
I'm on Rev 4 for the actual switch part, and I think it'll work. So I need to test fit it, and then I need to buy the bolts to put it together.
There you go.
And then surely it will work.
Hopefully.
It's a lot of time investment to save $250, but it's worth it.
Fingers crossed for you, Ben.
Yeah, I'm gonna upend the market if it works. I'm just gonna put it on Thingiverse. I'm gonna send the link to the guy who's selling them for $250 on eBay. I'm gonna be like, here you go. This is pretty cool, isn't it?
Yeah.
It's free on
this
the internet,
is my
by the
market
way.
now.
Yeah. I'm just giving these away.
Yeah. All right.
So that's very exciting.
Good stuff. Car spots of the week. It's only been a couple days, but have you seen anything cool in the last couple days, Ben?
It took me a while to remember, but I did see a Lucid Air driving along on my trip to Redmond recently, or Bend. And that was actually pretty cool. I don't see them. Sometimes I confuse Hyundai Sonatas with them because they have the same
they do look similar.
Horizontal light bar strip. They're both
different,
kind of swept sedans.
Yes, different price range, but they do look similar. Yeah,
different sizes.
Yeah,
really.
True.
Yes. But still pretty cool. I would actually buy a Lucid Air if I were able to, because I think they're actually kind of sick.
They are pretty sweet.
I don't have $70,000 to drop on a third vehicle though.
Yeah,
fourth vehicle.
Speaking of a $70,000 vehicle, I saw an R32 Skyline GTR in the AutoZone parking lot this week.
Always a good sign. Big day for AutoZone.
Big day for AutoZone. I bet there was an employee staring out the window. It was.
God, I wish my smoke break was right now.
Yep. Yep. But it was pretty cool. My wife got a picture of it as I tailed it out the parking lot.
You followed him home?
I did not follow him home. I followed him out of the parking lot. But yeah, it was pretty cool. I haven't seen a GTR in a while, so
yeah. We're coming up on. Isn't there a new generation of GTR that's nearly able to be imported now?
I'm sure. Yeah, I think 2001 was when the
or an R33 yet? Or R34?
I think R34 is the.
Oh my gosh, that'd
crazy.
Be
this year. Yeah.
Yeah, the last one that never made it to U.S. shores.
I think so. Yeah.
Somebody can complete their infinity gauntlet of Skyline GTRs finally.
Yeah. I wonder how much R34s are going to go for.
Ugh.
That's $200,000.
Best not to think about it.
Yeah, that's not.
Just buy an R35 at that point.
There you go. They're pretty nice.
The R35s?
Yeah.
Yeah, they're actually pretty cool. I do like that. Nissan did it so well. That like iteration on the R35, like it's such an old platform, but they just did like a surprising amount to it every year. They just like more power, more power, more power, more tech, revised, so and so.
It is crazy that they've been on the same platform and yet they've been able to improve it. If only there was a car manufacturer that was known for doing that, but
I can't think of any.
Porsche, man.
Yeah.
Porsche
they
911.
got expensive as Porsches.
No.
Towards the end there.
Yeah.
You could buy a new GTR. They don't make it anymore, but towards the end, the last edition GTR Nismo was like 170,000.
170. Yeah, you could buy a
pretty
kitted out 911 for that.
Imagine buying a Nissan for $170,000.
Oh, rough.
You take your GTR in for service at the same dealership as the guy who bought the rental Sentra.
He's got the big Ultima Energy. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's rough.
It's like going to jail. It's like, so what are you in for?
I gotta replace a turn signal for $400.
Yeah.
But yeah, that was my cool car of the week. And unless you have anything else, Ben, I think
not a thing.
That will wrap up this episode. So thank you all so much for watching and or listening to this episode of RevHang. If you enjoyed it, leave a like or rating on the platform you listened on. Subscribe or follow if you'd like to see more. If you want to see updated standings for IndyCar and F1 or a calendar of upcoming racing from those series, go to motorsport.com for right now because RevHang.com is still not ready. However, I am working on it. I'm kind of revamping things on my end. It will look pretty much the same on your end once it's done, but it will
Web
make my
3.0.
life a lot easier. If you have any questions about racing or about us, hit us up on any socials and comments or DMs, and we may feature your question on the next show. You can follow Ben on Instagram at BenjiMeetsWorld and myself at 2N_squared. You can follow the RevHang page on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, TikTok, anywhere at RevHang Media. We'll be back in 2 short weeks to talk about F1, IndyCar, cars in general, whatever we decide.
Whatever we want.
But until then, I've been Nathan.
And I'm Ben.
Thanks for hanging out.
See you later.